Trump. I made Taylor money. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You've got to love the Donald. He's straight to the point about things, and the brilliant way that his narcissism manifests not only provides me with many opportunities to analyse him, but he's also fantastically entertaining also. We've got a situation of narcissists collide. On the one hand, we have the upper lesser type B, the bold, the brash, the belligerent, the boasting, the bragging, the Donald. And then we have the middle greater, Taylor Swift. Knowing that she craves adoration, but able to strategize, that she plays the nation's sweetheart whilst seeking to get under the skin of others. An interesting clash. And Ryan King, who reports in the New York Post, tells us, Trump calls Travis Kelce liberal, trashes Taylor Swift for being disloyal after he made her so much money. As ever, the pugilist that is the Donald comes out with both fists windmilling. He brooks no nonsense here. He looks to do down Kelce by calling him a liberal, and then basically sees Taylor Swift as problematic for reasons of the potential that she supports his rival Joe Biden, and therefore he needs to nullify the threat to control that she poses. Donald Trump kicked off Super Bowl Sunday by bashing Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in a rant on social media. Use of social media to assert control. Branding the Kansas City Chiefs star a liberal and the singer-songwriter girlfriend disloyal. Trump took credit for Swift's meteoric success of her ongoing Eras tour. I didn't realise that the Donald was now a songwriter and tour manager. Well, I've learnt something new. Of course, what Trump is engaging in there is character trait acquisition. He claimed that he, the former president, was actually the man who made her so much money. I signed and was responsible for the Music Modernization Act for Taylor Swift and all other musical artists, Trump declared on Truth Social. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never will. The Music Modernization Act, which was passed in 2018, modernized copyright laws to give artists more protections in the era of digital music distribution. There's no way she could endorse crooked Joe Biden, the worst and most corrupt president in the history of our country, and be disloyal to the man who made us so much money, Trump continued. Thus, he smears Joe Biden, his political rival, and also does the same with regard to Taylor Swift. Now, it's correct that he was responsible and signed for the Music Modernization Act, but that isn't what has actually made her so much money. What's made her so much money is her ability to write songs, to perform them, to market herself in a very appropriate way, that has garnered her tens, if not hundreds of millions of fans around the world. That's what's made the money. But with the typical grandiosity of Trump, he needs to big himself up by saying, I'm responsible for your success, and at the same time, cut her off at the knees by saying, without me, you'd be nothing, thus enabling him to nullify the threat to control that she poses by her potential endorsement of the Democrats. Trump carried on, besides that, I like her boyfriend, even though he may be a liberal, backhanded compliment, and probably can't stand me. Swift, who endorsed former Vice President Joe Biden in the 2020 election, has gone super viral over her relationship with Kelce, the Chiefs' tight end, who played in the Super Bowl on Sunday evening. Keep Dreaming Donnie, the Dark Brandon X account dedicated to backing President Biden, posted alongside a picture highlighting Swift's endorsement of the 81-year-old back in 2020. That endorsement, of course, is a threat to the control of Donald Trump, and therefore his narcissism instinctively must respond by ensuring that he is portrayed in the best possible light, and to do down Taylor Swift by saying, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have made any money. You should be thanking me. You shouldn't be endorsing him. You should be endorsing me. The pop music darling has also weathered a string of bizarre conspiracy theories, including one from a social media user who alleged that the Pentagon PSYOP unit pitched NATO on turning Taylor Swift into an asset for combating misinformation online and taking down Trump. Given her great popularity and influence, some of the MAGA faithful have fretted that she could pose a potent danger to the 45th president's re-election prospects. Many mainstream Republicans have spurned the conspiracy theory. I want the 49ers to win, so we know we can get rid of these conspiracy theories about Taylor Swift. Never in my life have I been motivated by anything other than football, Senator Marco Rubio told CNN's State of the Union on Sunday. Swift has not publicly revealed whether she intends to endorse a candidate ahead of the November the 5th presidential election. Of course, as we all know, the expected response from her is to endorse Joe Biden, something that the Democrats are relying on in the expectation that so many Swifties would then vote for Sleepy Joe. And of course, Donald Trump is aware of this potential threat to control. Thus, his narcissism causes him to respond in this fashion. It's a fantastic response from him and just fits with the type of narcissist that he is. There is a threat to control. It therefore must be nullified. But it's not nullified in a subtle way. The Donald doesn't do subtle. His calling card is big and bold and brash, and that's why many people support him. They like the fact that he's straightforward in that respect. They like the fact that he doesn't come from a technocratic meritocracy, that he doesn't come from a political dynasty, that he is a man that's been involved in business and he shoots from the lip. One can entirely understand why people find that attractive. And therefore he demonstrates these behaviours once again in the way that he tackles Taylor Swift. She, of course, is unlikely to respond to it. She'll find such notions amusing. She will see Trump as beating his chest and making a lot of noise, but it's not going to impact upon her. Of course, his comments, the suggestion that he made the money and she didn't, is a threat to her own control. But as a greater narcissist, she's not going to respond to him directly. There's no need. And instead, she'll simply laugh to herself whilst counting her many, many millions, thinking, yes, Donald, and when I endorse Joe Biden, we'll see who will have the last laugh. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.